Hello from Rupp Arena. It's been a while. Kentucky hasn't played here since December 2nd, a game we won't revisit, but they brought the old court back for this game tonight where Kentucky just beat Illinois State 96-70. Antonio Reeves, of course, is your MVP. There was no doubt he was going to show out against his old team. He had 27 points, putting on quite the show against the Redbirds. Joining him in double figures, Rob Dillingham had 16, DJ Wagner with 14, Reed Shepard with 11. Saw Justin Edwards take another step forward. Overall, just a great night for the Wildcats here in downtown Lexington. And as always, we're going to recap it a little bit here for the next few minutes. I'm Drew Franklin with Zach Gagan, Jack Pilgrim. We took it all in here in Rupp Arena where there was an electric crowd tonight. Wasn't sure how it would go after the bowl game didn't go our way today, but they brought it in downtown Lexington, guys, and fun night and the one to close out, I guess, the calendar year and the non-conference schedule before he goes on to Florida next week. But Jack, as we said, Antonio Reeves, big night for him. Was there any surprise for you that he played so well?
No, I don't know what it is about Redbirds, because 30 ball against Louisville and then now against the actual Redbirds 27. I talked to Rob Dillingham about Antonio after the game, and he said that he is the best shooter that he has ever seen in his life. And for the most confident player I think I've ever seen for my money, Rob Dillingham, to say that about somebody else, I think it's pretty telling. Antonio Reeves is awesome, man, and he's really grown in ways beyond just like catch and shoot, three-point taking. Like, he's attacking the basket, he's rebounding well. He's just, and I think Cal said after the game that he's also defending the other team's best player now. So really all-around growth for a player that, you know, when there's kind of this reputation for seniors, fifth-year guys, that they've kind of plateaued. There's not a whole lot of growth, but I think it's pretty tangible, the growth from last year, his first year here, to year two. And I think it wasn't his former coach, but was kind of sort of his former coach for like a month or two at Illinois State. Said after the game, it's like, I watched him last year, watched him this year, and I think he's been terrific. So yeah, Antonio Reeves has been, you know, very, very quiet, 20-point game after 20-point game after 20-point game, and here's yet another one.
Filling it up. He's such a good shooter. You know, we kind of just want to label him as a shooter, but as you said, he's now guarding the best guy on the other team, some out of necessity with the freshmen around him. But then also, when did he learn to dunk like this? I think this is 2 games in a row now he's finished a lob. We're seeing a little athletic playmaking Reeves too, not just knocking down open threes.
I don't know where that came from either, and it feels like we get random. Like Ugana Onyenso was coming down the middle of the lane and just threw one down. It's like this team continues to surprise me with new things and different, you know, aspects thrown in that I wasn't necessarily expecting. But, you know, Reed Shepard even tried to go for an absolute ridiculous poster, missed it by like that much. But
wanted that one.
He's going to get it. That's the one thing he's missing for his legend, is just a ridiculous poster. He's had the threes from, you know, mid-court. We're just missing that one poster to go, all right, well, hang his jersey in the rafter next to Dad.
He did that comeback thing again tonight, trailing early, kind of the theme with this team. Reed, Rob check in, Reed hits a three, give them the first lead of the night. No surprise him. But Zach, he brought up Onyenso. That's a guy I thought, big dude.
He was big.
He was going to have a lot of growing to do even without the injury. You had that foot injury. I thought it would take him a little time to get going, but he jumps right in and he's joining the fun with everyone else.
Yeah, he still kind of runs around like a baby giraffe a little bit. His legs don't seem like they're all the way underneath him, but he had 3 blocks. Like Jack said, I think he had 2 dunks maybe, or he had 4 points. I don't know if they were both dunks, but a dunk right there in the lane. The biggest issue with Ugo so far, though, Cal even said, and Aaron as well, was the rebounding tonight was not that great. And it wasn't even something I realized until I looked at the stats, and UK was out-rebounded on the offensive glass. Let me double-check here. 24-7 was the offensive rebounding number. Really, I think Aaron had 1 rebound, played 15 minutes. Ugo only had a couple rebounds as well. Cal said after the game that he told Aaron and Ugo, he was like, if you all can't rebound, I can't play you. Trey Mitchell came in, he had 11 rebounds. Reeves had 6 rebounds. I think even the guards had a bunch of rebounds. So I think that the rebounding issues are more kind of centered on just the 2 centers right now, because for whatever reason they didn't do a great job of that tonight. And Illinois State really wasn't that big of a team. So it was weird how that kind of all played out. I think UK only lost the actual rebounding battle by like 5, so they were good on the defensive glass. A lot of Illinois State's offensive rebounds were just like balls that squirted out from underneath, like behind their legs, you know, just weird stuff. So I think we can chalk up a few of those to maybe just weird luck, but the shot blocking was great. We had the shot blocking just from the bigs. Having them around just changes things a lot. I think Illinois State probably had 5 shots, at least in the first 10 minutes, that didn't go in because either they didn't want to shoot it or like a 7-footer was just reaching over like this. So a lot of positives from the 7-footers, even though they didn't really play or produce, I guess, all that well. But yeah, Ugo has kind of come right along, and he hasn't really skipped a beat. He's just playing his 10, 15 minutes a game that kind of Kentucky needs, and it's been great so far. So
I'm with you. When Cal said, can't believe we gave up 24 offensive rebounds, I was like, what? And I had to look at the box score. It didn't feel that bad, but that is pretty bad.
It was all random stuff. It was like 2 or 3 in a possession where, Kentucky would get down to 3 seconds, they'd miss a shot, the ball would squirt out, and then it was just weird stuff. So
there was some fluky stuff, but Cal has noted several times, including tonight, his guys are still watching the ball when they need to be putting a body on someone, fighting a little more from rebounds. They're going to be hearing a lot about that during the break, as Zach noted. Jack, you have the latest update on Big Z. I know everyone wants to get to as we're talking about 7-footers and rebounding. He was going to be home for the Illinois State game, wasn't home, and he's going to be home next week. I don't know what's going on. He's in Croatia. Do you have the latest on our boy Ivisic?
I will be pleasantly surprised if we see him back in Lexington ever. I mean, the official update is that he is expected to come back next week, but look, it just does not make a lot of sense right now for either side. I mean, Kentucky, we're entering conference play. We're almost about halfway through the season, well over a third of the way through the season, regular season. What exactly is there to gain by getting him back into the fold and preparing him for game action when you're trying to get Ugo there, you're trying to get Aaron Bradshaw there? We're talking about rebounding and things to kind of make the front court solidified as is, and we're going to try to throw another aspect in there. Look, at this point, and I don't know, maybe this is just myself speaking, but if I were Cal, I would word it as we need to focus on our team. We are at a really good spot right now, and our future is really, really bright. I like the guys that we got right now. Big Z, he's a great talent. We love him to death. He'll always be a Wildcat, but
he could sleep in Cal's house.
Sleep in Cal's house.
He could make him breakfast, but can't play him.
But he needs focus. He needs focus on his future as well, and I think that's kind of where things are trending. I would love to be wrong, but at this point, I think it's too far down the train is too far down the track right now for us to expect Z to make any reasonable impact, even if he were to be cleared tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't feel very great about it, Drew.
Well said. Just stop telling us dates. Just tell us it is what it is. We already know. Just say it. Other things to cover. Justin Edwards looked like we were about to have a big breakthrough. It turned into just another step forward. We're getting there. No one's throwing him aside or giving up, but next game will be in January in the SEC. How are we feeling about Edwards and his progression? It's forward, but a little slower than the rest of the freshmen.
It's definitely coming along the last 2 games, but it's still kind of the same issues that we've seen all year. It's just inconsistency. I think this first 10 minutes were great. I think that's when he had all 9 of his points, was maybe early on. Hit a 3 even. But it's getting to the point now where, like, when he gets an open 3, we're all looking at each other like, please go in. Like, we need it for his own personal confidence to get him going. But I still thought he played a good game when he was out there. He's just, whenever he gets in transition, he puts his head down too much. It's just, he did do a good job of rebounding though, so we can't really fault him, I don't think, for the rebounding stuff. But yeah, it's still just, it's slowly coming along. It just needs to come along a little bit faster. But I guess, it's better than nothing at this point.
Still improving. Improving is improving. Well, they'll improve. I guess they have another 8-day break, back-to-back 8-day breaks after games. As we said, going to be a lot of rebounding involved. Cal mentioned a couple 2-a-days, maybe a little bit of a break, but not much of one as they get ready for Gainesville and everything that's ahead in the SEC play. We're going to sign off now from Rupp Arena. Again, I said it's been a while. It's been good seeing you guys. We got I don't think you can see them, but we got the stupid stickers back. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. Shout out to Daniel behind the camera. Steven was at the bowl game. That didn't go well, but the basketball team finished the job here, finishing the doubleheader. It's a split. We'll take a little 1-1 as the Cats beat Illinois State 96-70 with another fun night of guard play. This group is so fun, so special. We can't wait to see them play again. We'll see you next time here on the KSR YouTube channel. Hit subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Go Cats.